Should be good now. Okay. Actually, I should look at my gear real quick.
Yeah, if you need coin, let me know.
I have a level 20 lance. That's not bad.
You should just come to the market board and take a look and see.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that we can actually teleport to the market board now.
Can we? I just ran over to it.
Well, there's a aetherite at the markets now.
Oh, yeah, it's just right outside and to the right anyway.
I always get lost in Ulda, though.
Again, if you need coin, let me There we go.
My chest is 15. Hands are 15. Ooh, my legs are 14.
I would just come in and hit the market board and just see if there's anything worth
Yeah.
what I did. And then I ended up upgrading almost everything. Because my stuff is really...
Doesn't look like there's really...
Oh, I forgot you have the friendship circle and everything too.
Yeah, I do, so I don't want to get rid of my head yet, because I'm not 25.
Yeah. I get that.
Oh, well, and the hands aren't much of an upgrade. Let me look at the legs. Actually, the legs are a reasonable upgrade, I think. The pants are a really good upgrade.
I need to go down and turn that down. This is too much.
No, and I have better... Yeah, because I can go... I can go one more level before I need to take off my... circlet, so...
Okay. I'm just... Excuse me, I'm just going through and selling all this extra gear. Trying to keep my inventory somewhat empty for a change.
You should see the inventory on my main character right now. I have like 2 slots. I need to go through and move things around. Put some shit on the retainers that I haven't looked at in a bit. Support retainers.
Yeah. No, I get it. I know I'm being stupid because I should probably keep this stuff so I can level up the other casters, but yeah, no.
And if you're not gonna do it like right now, I wouldn't keep it. You know?
Yep. Besides the fact most of it I can make so fucking easy on Torin that it's not even funny.
Yeah. That's kind of my other thought process. I can have you make something if I need something.
Yeah, I can pretty much make anything you need. Okay, why am I not wearing those? Because I have Okay, so evidently I bought boots I didn't need. Go me. I just like that armor. The, when you get in the 20s, it's good too. The turtle.
Oh, yeah. I love... Are these peppers? They've got to be peppers.
Yes, with the pumpkins.
Yeah, they're extremely angular peppers.
Yes.
I bought some peppers, actually, to eat with my hummus this week. Didn't want to go to the... I really didn't want to go out, so I didn't go to the whatever.
Market.
Yeah, I didn't go to the market, but... I'm so much bigger than you, I love it. I'm so small. Is this how tall people feel?
I don't know, do you have the overwhelming desire to grab my head and mush it into your groins?
I mean, maybe.
Because if so, then yes, that's how tall
It is entirely possible. Is that how people feel when I stand around them? And I come up to like...
I don't know. You'd have to ask them. I can't speak about all your boyfriends, I can only talk about you. Or girlfriends, as the case may be. Maybe they just want to slam that head in there and make you motorboat, I don't know.
You know what's bad is I'm short enough against some of them. Some of the ladies at work are really, really tall. It wouldn't even be possible I'd be shorter than that.
Yeah, well, then they can just rush their boobs on you, I guess, I don't know.
I don't know.
So let me know when you're done, we've got to get a drop. You ready?
Yep.
We have to report to the sergeant up here, I believe.
Yep.
There he is.
Ah, you're Inari Wander of the Scions. My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Please allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture Malaja and prize them for the whereabouts of the abductees. The lizardmen aren't aware that their man, Ungust, has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, and so we requested the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Amalja plot if the mission succeeds. Let's make sure it does.
And in the background's a Rokudan going, ugh. Let the Rokudan carry it, they say. Fucking bastards.
He can't lift it up! Oh my god!
Walk out and back in. And look at his speech bubble. I'm not kidding. And see if you get the bubble again. See what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't get on his box. Damn. Hoping to get on his box.
Okay, so now we have to go to the Invisible City, huh?
Yep.
Do we have chocobo mounts yet?
No, we don't have chocobos yet. Where are we going? Oh, up there,
Up it.
okay.
You're in my city. I know where we're going.
This is your city?
My land.
Okay.
Close enough. Keep up, shorty.
I'm ahead of you.
You're not ahead of me. You're behind me on my screen.
I'm ahead of you on my screen.
Well, your screen's dumb, because mine's showing you way behind me.
Nope.
Do you know where you're going?
Nope. I mean, I'm following the marker, so...
That works really well.
I mean, it usually does.
I guess we should kill some imps, huh?
Do we have to?
I don't know, you're awfully low level. Which is the other reason why we're
Because DPS is really important on the fight.
Yes, you must kill the nail.
Yeah. Look, DPS
Remember
are
how to
usually
play that?
never important.
No, its heals are usually aren't important because they're just too stupid to play. Oh man.
Too late.
Nah, I just realized I got the other one was late.
What did you do actually doing for your class?
Because I don't want to heal. Fuck you. Yeah, he's already aggroed. You have to kill him.
Actually,
Yeah, but we're not going far. Oh, hey, I wonder, do I have any food? Because, you know, food will be important on this fight for me.
Will it?
And... yeah, I do. Of course, I want to boost my experience. Down that way, it's over this way.
if we watch the cutscene, how angry do you think people are gonna get?
Depends on how bitchy you get. If you're all like rah rah rah, top DPS, ha ha ha, screw
Never
you.
like that.
Always like that. 5
Fucking late. Swift cast that shit. Oh, we gotta unfriend each other.
Why? Lion, wait. Okay, hold on. I have Swift cast. I don't get Swift cast till 32.
Oh, that
Hell,
sucks.
No.
Swift cast res, man.
I'm not resing anybody. If you're stupid enough to get knocked off the platform and die, that's your own problem.
There's no platform to get knocked off of in this one.
Hold on. Hey, stupid, wait. There
You can't do that. It doesn't work.
Oh, yeah, too bad. That's why I did it before we ungrouped. You're welcome. You know, at least I say thank you.
Oh!
And please.
Oh! Oh, did you want me to say thank you? Fuck off.
No, because you've never learned how to say that. Or please. Would you please both name?
Would you kindly shut the hell up? Is the bait in place? Our man is in position, sir.
Yes, I sent my mount out there, and Ari's out there right now waiting.
Good! We make our move as soon as the Amalja appear. Yes, sir.
Let's let my mount get a little bit beat up
Fuck
there.
off.
She doesn't mind.
Wah! I don't know how to do an Amalja voice. Fuck.
They're lizard men. What do you think?
I don't know. What's the meaning of this?
Oh, that just made my
Wait.
my skin tingle.
Something's amiss.
It's a trap!
I'm afraid your little ambush ends here. I eluded the immortal flame's clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it? 'Twas almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. Aye, your every movement was known to me ahead of time. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have appointments to keep. They're all yours. Bitch.
What about second breakfast?
You got home.
What about first breakfast?
All breakfasts are important. I don't. More mutilated than that.
I think it's like
I think that's the point. Also, he doesn't move out of traps. If you don't move out of a trap, there's an archer.
you are so perceptive that it's like, wow.
I put some points into perception.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Put all your points into charisma so that
I mean, I am extremely
not only you will clever.
Oh, you asshole! So, where is, what's his name? Yeah, I'm glad you knew who I was talking about. Where the fuck is he?
Wait, did you always look for him to come and help you?
No, like, he's just never here. He's
No, you
never
always
used
look
to.
for him to come and save you.
No, he's just never used to. He's a useless sack of shit, like Hot Pants.
No, I don't know. I think he still has some uses. Maybe not so good, but she
Hey,
does.
hey! I mean, he's more useful than Hot Pants because Hot Pants got us all in trouble and he just ran around naked with a squirrel.
Yeah, something like that. That totally sounds like your boyfriend Hot Man.
No, fuck Hot Pants.
Which is what I kind of just said, wasn't it?
Put up your weapon or your comrade's a dead man.
How many of these
Behind
goddamn
you.
things do I gotta kill? Oh, I'm not even there. Now I get to go to that.
bring her. The rest of you, march! Traitorous scum.
Oh, that's right. We had to get captured to be,
Yep. Yep, because they talk about the thing.
Mm.
Isn't that descriptive of me, the thing?
Yeah, it's about usual. Fox speak.
I fear the Amalja mean to give us to their god as an offering. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death, with steel in hand. The Bowl of Ember is now accessible.
I guess we should group back up.
Probably.
Okay, well.
Q. Q.
I didn't realize that I was actually leader.
Q.
Ball of Embers. Join. See how bad this is.
I will warn you the tank buster is a bit rough if the tank's inexperienced. And then otherwise you're gonna have to do a touch of AoE healing when he does his AoE bullshit. Also, if the tank decides to spin him around into the party, then you're gonna have a bad time. But
If the tank does that, I'll let us wipe and I'll go tank and deal with it myself.
that's true. I'm watching the cutscene, just saying.
Yep, you do that. I've already seen it.
No, I
If the
wanna
tank accepts
I
it.
wanna record it for posterity.
I'll do that.
Mm-hmm. Besides, I'm a new leaf, so I can get away with it. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. Oh, they rhymed.
Yeah.
Oh, mighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. Oh, that is cool. Okay. That is cool.
Banana!
It's not bomb. We need to do that. Oh my god, we really need to do that now. I want to do the coiled Bahamut. We can definitely do it. Oh, mighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not of your godhead. Godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame and mark them as your own. Bloody hells. Bring those two as well. What's going on? This ain't what we agreed. None but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the right summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. No, spare me, I beg you. Pitiful children of man, by my breath I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn. Oh, mighty Ifrit, my one true god. Your words are my bread. Impossible, by what sorcery do you resist my master's will? Could it be your soul already belongs to another? Yes, that is the only explanation. I'm sorry. It's way too bad.
It's okay. Just let me know when you're coming out of it so I can hit the protect.
Forsooth, thy frail mortal frame can serve as a vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon ye. The number of thine allegiance waxes clear, thou art of the goddess blessed number. The paragons warned of thy abhorrent kind. Thy existence is not to be suffered. good to freaking know. I didn't know you could do that. Oh, sweet. I had trouble switching to it. I was afraid you were going to wipe.
I was trying to get home.
Oh, shit. You can interrupt that? Or did I get out of it first? Okay. It's hard to see with the camera. I gotta figure out a way to get the camera to lock on.
It's okay.
Oh, I wanted to LB that thing. I just wanted to get out of the poop before I LB'd. Get wrecked, Ifrit.
Don't touch the crystal.
I'm totally gonna touch the crystal. No, I'm gonna touch it. I gotta touch it.
I'll give you something else to touch. About the same thickness, but bigger.
That's very generous.
Yeah. You know, and the Lalafell's hands?
I mean...
That thing looks huge.
I mean...
Are you a Lalafell? Because I'm pretty sure you're a Lalafell.
I'm a Lalafell. Pray, forgive my lateness. Fuck this guy. I was delayed by a congregation of Amalja zealots. I swear each seemed to be more evangelical than the last. Persistent lord. Oh, he gets a cool badass things that I just killed. Phew. I see the Bloodsworn wasted no time in extracting the captives. No less than I'd expect from a Flame General's hand-picked men. As for those two, it is fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would have never let you face it alone. You have been given a veritable baptism by fire. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Drybone, shall we say? This way, sir. Aren't those dudes branded? Don't they get murdered?
I don't know.
So that was the mighty Ifrit. Oh, it's this guy. Okay.
Yeah, Grotolska. Yeah.
And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking in Uldan interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We have only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise me you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet, I find that I am troubled by that adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. Bitch. With alleys like that, beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. Commendation.
Nope, I didn't. I kept everyone alive instead of this stupid Dragonlance person who ran just running in there and stood in the poop and almost died.
I didn't mean to stand in the poop. I gotta figure out how to like lock the camera so that when I move, my camera stays trained on the boss. Ah, there you are. Come, rest a while. You will have been no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat, the Amalja will be less inclined to risk our wrath, for a time at least. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or to the FFXIV. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds. For once a man is tempered. Ah, but it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand, no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself to rest. Take some time to relax and return to the Waking Sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves.
I love how you kind of twist that and give it a British accent there.
I tried to make him as haughty as possible because he's just such a dick.
And so you consider hot dicks to be British.
Haughty. Haughty means pompous. And yes, I work with a bunch of Brits and they're all pompous assholes. So yeah, I mean...
Now wait. So are they dicks or are they assholes?
They're both.
Because they're
both.
Like on two separate sides.
No, they are
bottom.
both. They are a dick with an asshole. Dickholes.
Well, a dick has a hole, yeah. Wow, you need anatomy lessons. You should go get one of those little...
I should go get that MD or something, yeah?
Yeah, go get that doctor, dude. Okay, so we need to go to... You ready?
Yep.
Come, my unfaithful devil. Alright.
How dare thee! I think we can join the Grand Company now.
Not yet, no.
Yeah, but I think it's shortly after this. Then we can get a choke, bro. Choke, bro. Choke, bro. Where are you at? Oh, you're gonna take a chocobo, I see.
Running right by your ass.
Oh, someone just ran by with the pony, or the puppy that I want. But I'm never gonna get, because that fight is insane.
Yep, now I'm gonna go get some water while I wait, and your dog is under the blanket in the hallway.
Nice.
Yeah, he was laying on it. Evidently, he pulled it down over him. So I'll have to move it in a minute, make sure he doesn't suffocate himself.
I think it's from the Tsukiyomi fight, and that is a fucking beast, and I don't want to party finder that. Although I do have Astrologian up to 70 now, so maybe I should. Just because it's a lot easier with Ast than it is with Scholar, because if you get a double Scholar, you're gonna have a bad time. But if you get a double Ast, it's fine.
A double ass with 2 dicks in a hole? Yeah, sounds like.
You know, for that, whenever I draw a balance, I'm never gonna give it to you.
Wow.
Honestly, that's the most frustrating part about doing Party Finder, is if you end up as a Scholar with another Scholar, your shields they don't stack, they rewrite each other, or they don't work.
Yeah.
And that's really frustrating.
Dog, you alive?
Same with the fairy buffs. Although theoretically that's supposed to have been changed so that when you put off a fairy buff it will stack, but I think it's only the hot that stacks. I don't think the other 2 stack, which is unfortunate. So it means that I have to change the way that I heal, and I'm burning Aetherflow differently, and it's just frustrating. So.
I need to make sure your dog is still alive.
Yeah. I did
He
discover.
didn't move, so.
Yeah. I did discover, however, that I can change the sides of other summoners' Bahamut's. Which is great, because Bahamut is huge, and sometimes I miss mechanics because I can't see him on the floor because there's a goddamn Bahamut just in the way.
You hear that? Mom says you're a Bahamut cat.
He is.
Excuse me. Okay. You don't have to wait. By the way, that's a dungeon that's opened up more to the left.
Nedrick? Yeah.
Oh, 3.
Hatali!
Oldest cutters. Yep. Oh, in gold. That's one. I don't know what all you have.
I only had Hatali.
Oh, well.
Braving
you're
new
gonna
depths
open
and going for gold I can't do yet.
Why not?
I don't know, I'm probably too low. Has the red lock on it.
I think they. And this one's a dungeon too.
Can't open it either.
Wanderer's Palace. Well, you'll be able to at some point in the near future.
I think 25, I bet.
Probably. I just like opening them up because then we can go through and run them without having to worry about it.
Mm-hmm. It'll be good to keep our EXP online with the MSQ.
Yeah. And I can run you through it for gear.
Yep. Ah, the triumphant hero returns. Thancred told us about the news upon his arrival. He is presently in the Solar, giving a full report to Lady Minfilia. You should join them at once. Lady Minfilia is most eager to see you. My late arrival nearly cost her her life. I wasn't there when the Amalja took her prisoner. And I wasn't there when they served her to Ifrit.
With an apple in her mouth.
Yes, by some miracle she survived. But that does not excuse the fact that she should never have to face such dangers alone. I failed her utterly. Just as I'm failing you all.
Now, here's the question before you go to Minfilia. Has he already been turned?
I don't think so. I don't think he's been turned yet. But I love Minfilia's face. It's not like she's worried about him. She's just completely nonplussed by it. She's like, shut the fuck up, Thancred.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't think he's turned yet. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every...
Oh, look, I just want to grab him and pull him close. He's at the perfect height.
It's so good to see you again.
Dude, I am at the perfect height.
Impeccable timing, my friend. I had just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, and yet a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear. And now we can put paid... Oh my god. Now we can put paid to our long investigation. What the fuck kind of English is this?
British.
Apparently. As we suspected, the Amaja undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal Ifrit. That was the wrong voice, but okay. Nor is this tale limited to Ul'dah. Similar incidents have been both rife in Limsa and in Gridania of late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume aether if they are to maintain their presence here, and the stronger they become, the more aether they require. Now, aether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air that we breathe.
Are you doing Minfilia or Thancred?
I don't fucking know anymore, man.
Because that really sounded like Minfilia talking to Thancred.
Yeah, I'm trying. Okay, alright. I'm sorry. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the others likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of aether. Crystals. How is that?
Better.
It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal. The fuck? Which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how the primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of aether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon towards which the primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is these comings together, or aetheric coalescence, which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. God, it keeps switching, it's so hard. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you were subjective. Yet, even as Ifrit took your comrades into his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the Echo. We know not why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to the primal influence. It is as though a greater power protects us. When you first came to us, I told you that the Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why.
Look at that face.
I know, right?
Grrr.
The recent incidents all share a common trait: meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. Ah, the immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you will have nary a moment to yourself. Whether she intended to or no, Minfilia neglected to tell you something I think would be best you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I am sorry to report that all of them are to be put to death, the flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there were any other recourse. But once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life, his very existence lending strength to the primal whom he cannot choose but worship. And so we Scions continue our fight, that no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Till next time. Gods forgive me. How many more lives? Louisoix would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. I don't think he's changed yet.
No, I think this is leading up to...
Yeah, I think him being unsure of himself is what leads to allow Dick Butt to get into him.
Okay, we're alone now, Minfilia.
Oh man.
Fill me on the rest of my duties. You can join us, Mount. You can watch in the corner. She's wearing nothing but a smile.
Ooh.
Might have something to do with my newfound fame and my big wand or my crystal. It might be that big red crystal.
It
You
could
never
be.
know.
It could be.
Looks pretty big in my law alliance.
I mean,
Just saying.
Until not so very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter you traveled the realm, aiding those who in need without thought of reward, confirming to Yida and Palpalimo that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us, than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. We have guests, or rather, you have guests.
Now we choose the company.
Beg pardons. Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa, to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, your recent exploits have garnered you the attention of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's Bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. Who?
Look at that, you got 3 guys after you now.
Yeah, baby!
All 3 openings, woohoo!
Woo! Wow, dude! They would not have originally go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of Inari's deeds spread so quickly, that the immortal flame should know of her triumphs is to be expected, but what of the other Grand Companies? Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Wander. 'Tis no ordinary woman who can face a primal and emerge the victor. And imagine our pride when we learn that you began your journey as an adventurer in our own Gridania. Know that the people hold you in high esteem, and that you will always be welcome among us. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of valiant women such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Mistress Wander. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. A woman of your talent belongs with the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ul'dah. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Lominsa to the shores of glory.
Inari can't join the Maelstrom.
No?
No, she doesn't swallow.
Bitch!
You know, so that actually brings up a very good question, though.
Lady Minfilia.
Sorry, finish this at all.
Very well. Though I am quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa Lominsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. Serving a Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return to your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may prove well useful to you in your future endeavors. If you are agonizing over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so. And yet, I concede that it is no small choice you face. Ah! A thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? A fine oh wait, that's the serpent guy. A fine suggestion.
Did you see Tataru?
No.
She put her hands up. Watch the video when you're done. She puts her hands up when the guys put their fists up. She puts her hands up like she's gonna be hit.
Nice. You are as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well. Let Inari hear our leaders speak, then return here with her decision. We eagerly await your answer. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed, and not best suited to the discipline of military service. But I strongly urge you to join a Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet, however vigilant you are but one woman. In the midst of a Grand Company, however, you will be one woman amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not be leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Company seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of the location. Eorzea is changing, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now, it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will appraise you as to where and when the Remember services are to take place. I do a good Minfilia. Just saying.
You know, it actually brings up a very interesting point, though. So you have 3 choices, 3 different grand companies, 3 different openings. Which one do you choose?
I mean, I'm probably gonna go with the Serpents this time because my other ult is with the Flames and my main is with Maelstrom. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly, and often, to a few too many people. Next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. I guess her voice should have been higher, but whatever. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services, and Elder Seer Khan-e Senna will deliver her address at Mikero's amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it is possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ul'dah, where the Flame General Rabon al-Din, is that how you say that? Yeah, will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there'll be a special guest. How exciting. Last but not least, you should make your way to the state room in Limsa Luminsa, where the Maelstrom Chief Admiral oh my fucking god.
Morwib Blowhard.
Morwib
Blow his what?
Murgle will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry Xanthale, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell!
Oh, so they said it. We can go and do it in any order now.
Yeah, we could do so when we did it as well. But I think I did it in the order she recommended when I did it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just liked Merlwyn the most of the speeches, so I went with.
When we first did it, there wasn't.
Was there not? Ah.
No, you had to do it in this order.
It's been a long time. It's been like 5 years now.
Or longer, yeah.
Well, the game just had its 5-year anniversary, so we played, and then we both got stuck, and then we kind of stopped playing, and then we came back to it like 4 years ago.
Something like that, yeah.
So I just remembered
we
played
came back before you moved to Japan.
Yeah, so it was around 4 years ago. But I just remember that we initially played the beta, and then we played the beginning of the launch, but there was so much trouble with the cutscenes that I actually remember exactly where I was stuck on my original character, and I could just never get past it, and it took like a week for them to fix it, but by that point I was like, well, I can't progress my character at all, so I was stuck at that one where you have to go and fight the rock demon that the guy summons. He summons like the elemental.
You were close. You were stuck in Gridania at the Tree of Life.
No, that was in the beta. In the real game, I started in Limsa, and I was stuck. You know, when you go down the stairs and then you're supposed to go over to the waterfall and you fight the earth elemental. That's where I was stuck when it came out live. Like I couldn't, like the cutscene wouldn't load, and so I just was in cutscene hell, and it took like a week, and it still hadn't been fixed, and I was like, well, fuck this. because every character was like that. You would get stuck. And so like I would level, and I was actually like level 20 or something, but I couldn't progress the MSQ, so I couldn't do anything else. Because you're stuck, you're walled behind the MSQ, and I couldn't progress it.
Yeah.
And then so I was like, well, I'm out. And then we came back like a year later or something like that.
Yep, because you went back to WoW.
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm. The nice thing is I think most of these are voiced over for you.
Oh, good. Holy crap. I'm bad at switching voices really quick.
I'm sorry, I don't have enough of a voice
Oh,
to
no,
do
it's
it.
okay. That's why I've been doing it.
I know.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 Seed Seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seed Seer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed. Each waking hour, a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk
Pox
the
on the
high
bloody
roads without
Ixal.
fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
All
forest.
the elementals!
If you'll permit me, Alfie no.
Fucking hot pants.
And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
Oh shit. Let me know when you're done with the boys and stuff.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
The
Remember, he's
Gridanians.
got a haughty voice.
I'm gonna do my best. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition, and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflicts a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet, how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to an all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them? Well, perhaps we will find out, if the Elder Seedseer's words fell on fertile ground. I fucking hate him! How was that? Was that a good alpha note?
Yep. I love how his voice has changed so heavily.
It really has, and I know that they got a new voice actor, but I like to think that part of it is also, like, he has developed as a character over the span of the 3 expansions, and I can appreciate that. Are you up to playing more, or did you wanna... Okay.
We'll finish this out.
Okay.
Choose our grand company, I think.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's what I was asking. I wasn't sure if you were up to finishing all 3 or not.
Not really, but may as well.
We can finish them. We can finish them next time. Not a big deal. Where the fuck is this?
You really don't know.
Isn't it like the Grand Promenade?
There isn't a grand promenade.
There isn't a Grand Promenade. Chamber of Rule?
Sure. To your right. And we're gonna go up the steps and up.
I see it.
I guess we're not gonna go up the steps, it's gonna stop us.
Isn't this called the Grand Promenade?
Grand Promenade's up there,
Oh, okay.
past the door.
I was close.
Yeah, there's no way to enter it.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanamo herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore.
Yes,
Hurrah! Roban!
Spoiler!
Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Nalthal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, The price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you! Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
Ja, for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
Your Grace.
Raubon? People of Ul'dah, I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measured that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are by fire reborn! Forsooth?
The time is now! I
Fancy meeting you again.
I couldn't have voiced this part. Ready?
One second. Now I am.
Okay. Oh my god, what was the voice I was doing?
Haughty,
I know I'm trying, okay.
arrogant, pompous.
The Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So they have dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Uldorns send their forces to smite the Primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder, then, that the Immortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventure of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. So I wonder, when Raubon said his speech, and Hot Pants was like, how soon history is forgotten, it makes me wonder what the fuck happened at Cartanu that would make them say that? Or what leading up to Cartanu would make them say that? Because they didn't say anything quite so disparaging about horned lady whose name I just forgot. Kani-sana. Like, were they that disparaging about her speech about remembering the dead?
To a degree, yes.
Yeah, but not quite so bad. Like, it makes me feel like something must have happened that would make him say that in particular.
They probably blame Ulda for the death of their uncle, Louis Spock.
I think it was grandfather, but yeah.
Whatever.
Well, no, I don't think it's that. I just wonder if maybe Ulda was like the hardest one to convince or something in terms of them joining up, or...
Ulda had more people down on the ground inside their fighting, though.
That is true. Like, they had the most troops on the ground. But, like, I wonder then if they were like the hardest Grand Company to convince to be a part of the fight at Cartano. I wonder if the rich bitches didn't want to get involved. Which makes sense.
Don't think so.
Like, it really makes me wish.
Did you get the port?
Yes, I did. I'm over here by the guy.
I didn't know you'd even gotten in. I was sitting waiting on the crystal.
It just makes me wonder. I really wish that I could see the here to attend the remembrance service. Be quick, the Admiral is due to give her address at any moment.
I don't know.
Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our Grand Company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all!
Long live the Admiral!
Admiral Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the 7 hells, Admiral!
She's a necromancer. The Undying Stand.
Fancy meeting you again.
When you're ready.
Yeah, you're fine.
As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa is plagued by 2 beast tribes. The first are the fish-like oh my god, how do you say this? Sahagin? Sahagin? Worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in Lominsen's backyard. And that is to say naught of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Lominsens are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take divisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question.
Walk way, Alfie.
Get lost, top hands. See, like sure, he kind of like made the joke that. Oh shit. Okay. This is Minfilia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you say? What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies? Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Like sure, he kind of made the joke that they were like freedom and all that jazz, but like he didn't, and it was kind of similar to what Alice said about Gridania. But like to flat out say that something happened before Cartano and that they've forgotten history is really different, and I wonder what happened, you know?
Yep, don't know. Probably because he's trying to say, Raban is trying to say, hey, you know what? Our people went down and fought and died, and this is what did it for you. Nothing about the rest, nothing about the adventurers, nothing. It's all about...
Well, yeah, like...
No, Ulda.
Like, Blondie was all like, let us have a moment of remembrance, remember the fallen of everybody, blah, blah, blah. And Alice was like, how do you remember, how do you honor the fallen that you don't remember? Right, and that's fair. Fine, that's fair. And then he's like, oh, well, freedom, with Murgle Gurgle. Oh, well, freedom, they do love their freedom. They're like the Beast Tribes, haha, because they love freedom and they're pirates, yar. But then, like, with the Raban, he's just like, how soon history forgets. Right, and neither of them look happy about it. And I'm just like, what the fuck happened? Like, what happened before the Battle of Cartano that would make both of you be so upset against Ulda?
Don't know.
It's why I desperately wish that they would at least let us see the cutscenes.
So which one you going with?
I'm thinking Gridania. Just because I have Ulda, because Quinn, I think his name is Quinn, or it's Ketu. I don't remember if his name is Quinn or Ketu in this game.
Finn.
I don't think it's Finn. I don't think his name is Finn. I think it's Quinn.
You know what? Why don't we pull up
the roster?
So there's Quinn Mousefoot. There's Finnick.
It's Quinn. Quinn is my paladin. He is.
There are no paladin. Wow.
Well, he's a
there
gladiator.
After third.
Right? Let me see.
I don't know.
Social company members.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he is. Nominal. He is
He's a level
Flames.
16 gladiator. Is he?
Yeah, well,
Show me.
he's boosted. If you recall, I think I boosted him to 60.
Oh, I don't. Okay, Quinn.
Yeah.
Is
Quinn.
boosted.
Yeah, Quinn
That's a
is
61.
Yeah, Quinn is Immortal Flames, and Ta is Maelstrom. So the only one I don't have is Gridania. So that's what I'm gonna go with, I think. What about you?
I'm gonna go with Ulda on this one. That's just the only, I only have Maelstrom. Okay,
Oh, okay,
entering
cool.
the Solar.
I don't think it matters. It's not gonna lock us out of things, but
No. It's just he's Ulden.
yeah.
So.
Welcome back. Were the Grand Company leaders' words as illuminating as you hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company's officers your answer.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies, as though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you.
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Perhaps that's what he was talking about.
I'm sorry, what was that? Alfie was still talking.
I'm sorry. Perhaps that's what he was talking about, how soon they forget it's about the Warriors of Light.
Yes.
You know, it's true though. Murgle did mention the adventurers that they came together with. Nobody else did.
To a degree.
But at least she mentioned that there were adventurers there with them. Nobody else said that. So, in fact, I believe that's one of the reasons I went with Murgle is because she did mention that there were adventurers with them.
The only reason I went with them was because at the time, Aldo was all about, hey, get us more gold for our city. And it's how I took it. And East Senna with the Gridania was the same thing. Hey, we're going to focus on us. Let's make this great for us in Gridania.
Yep.
And I didn't like any of them. But hers was the least offensive to me.
Yes, and that's kind of how I felt as well. I assumed when I did it that I'd probably go with Gridania because that's kind of my modus operandi. I generally go with the forest people. Yay nature, right? And she was okay, and I was like, alright, that was an alright speech. Fine. And then I watched Ul'dah, and I was like, nope. And then I watched Murgle, and I was like, actually, I'm really digging Murgle, which is why I went with her. So.
I was gonna go with Gridania because I was an archer and I wanted in the forest as a kitty. But then I said, no, I'm not gonna go and ally myself with serpents. Serpents are known to be devious and sinister, and I'm not gonna do that. And here you have two. You're saying both of our two peoples, we're not gonna attribute anything else to anything other than the here and the Elsian, and that's it. Nothing else. So we're not going to look at any other race like the Makote who came and helped, or the Lalafels who came and helped, or the other Olisan, or the other human race, or the Rokudan. None of those come into play at all. Just those two. And yet we know the Dusk Elves did have a lot to play with it because there's all sorts of archaeology there in the forests. They were too focused on themselves, but again, didn't like the serpent. And I would have gone with Ulda, but they just seemed too greedy at the time. If I had to do it again between these three, I would probably be leaning more towards the serpent with Gridania. Because looking at what she said with Limsa, it's all about piracy. Hey, we need to go and get these other pirates. We admit we're pirates. We admit that we're very selfish. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to fight and everything else, and it's all about us, keeping ourselves above. I mean, sure, there's the realm and all that shit. Nobody seems to give a shit about anything except their own nation.
Well, that's all three of them are like that, yeah?
Which is what I just said. But in this case, I'm going to go Flame just because it's Ulta.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be able to get something other than Limsa, and I'm not really in the mood to go Gridania.
Yeah. I'm only going Gridania because I already have an Ulda. And I went with Ulda on that character because he started in Ulda, so I figured it'd be best that he did all his stuff in Ulda. So.
Well, the only reason I'm going with Ulda is because that's where I intend to buy the house is in Ulda, and he's in Lalafell.
Yeah.
May as well. Oh, I see.
I'm not going to read the officer's stuff, but I gotta go to Gridania, so that's where I'm going to go real quick.
Yep, you're fine. I'm just looking what each say when you tell them no.
Oh, that is curious. What did they say?
So, the serpent, I don't know if you're still here, if you fly.
I'm still here.
Oh, wait a minute, what the hell? There we go. So, the serpent, he's like, I take it the Elder Seedseer's words have touched your heart. Have you resolved to entwine your destiny with that of the Twin Adder? And when you say no, he's like, oh, forgive me. In my eagerness to embrace you as a brother, I mistook your intention.
Nice.
And then you speak to the Flame Officer, and he's all, welcome back, adventurer. I take it General Raban's words kindled a fire within you. And when you're like, nope. What? You cannot seriously be considering joining another grand company. Why, they are not nearly as grand as ours. Which, dude, if it wasn't for the fact I'm on Ulda, fuck you. And then talking to Limsa. How was the Admiral's speech? But you need not explain. That you stand with before me now is answer enough. Have you resolved to join the Maelstrom? Have you not? Oh, you have resolved to join the Maelstrom, have you not? And when you say no, he's like, what? I dare say you have your reasons. But mark me, in stormy seas, the strong arm instead of heart must pull together or the vessel will flounder. When a ship goes down, the passengers always share the fate of the crew. Remember that.
Wow.
Like, dude, the only one who gave an answer that wasn't all shitty was the serpent.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm going Flame anyway, because Ulda.
Yep, I went Serpent, and now I'm talking to the Flame Officer. And he goes, what's this? You mean to take up with the Adders? But did the awe-inspiring figure of General Raban not stir you? He can seem a trifle intimidating, but I'm sure you'd warn to him, given time. What does he say? If your mind is... Oh, the Storm guy. The Maelstrom guy's like, if your mind is made up, then there is no help for it. Yet know that like the tide, men's hearts are apt to change. If and when yours does, you may be as certain of a warm welcome from us. Oh, see, that wasn't bad.
So here's the Serpent Officer. I will not deny that I am disappointed, but I take comfort in the knowledge that individuals are permitted to transfer between grand companies. Know that the Order of the Twin Adder would be proud to have you should you undergo a change of heart.
I think the Storms guy was the best one. He was like, yeah, okay, well, if you change your mind, let us know.
Yeah.
Go to Gridania. Oh, I didn't set Gridania as a favored location. That sucks.
Oh, no. So I'm trying to get away from you so that when I port, it doesn't suck you.
Shouldn't. We're not in the same room. We were in different instances. Did it give it to you?
No, I was busy zoning.
Oh, it's a home point. Oh my god, why didn't I just...
Yeah, you're on
I didn't return. Oh my freaking god, I'm so dumb. Yeah, no, my pally is also in Ulga because I want housing there. Someday. They'll let me have housing there.
Yeah. Give me my chocobo, fucker,
Yep.
so I can go to bed.
I just picked up the quest and then that's it. I think I'm gonna go over and stand by the exit. I want a chicken, guys. Give me a chicken. Quack.
Is that the noise it makes?
Yeah. In text, the noise it makes is quack.
Okay, I think I am done, even though I didn't get the chicken either.
Nope, gotta do a quest. Then you get the chicken, I think. Give me the chicken.
Yeah, it's after 11. I
Yeah,
usually take some
it's alright.
lettuce.
I figure the next time we play, we will, get the chicken.
Yeah, I'll come and do yours, and then I'll do mine.
Yep. Seems like a plan.